A borderline 1 seed, but they fell to the wild card. How dangerous are the Los Angeles Chargers, and what are the odds we'll see them here at Gillette in 2 weeks? This is the FOXBORO Report. I'm Alex Barth. He is Evan Lazar. We are brought to you today, as always, by the good folks at 1 in 100. If you're looking for cheap tickets to a Patriots, Bruins, or Celtics game, look no further than 1 in 100. They can get you in the building all for the price of a pizza or an ice cold beer. Again, that's 1in100.co. Check them out today. All right, Evan, the Chargers, they were a potential 1 seed up until week 17. They couldn't overcome the mighty Chiefs, but don't be mistaken, this is a good football team.
By all the advanced metrics, the Chargers and the Chiefs are the 2 best teams in the AFC.
And here the Chargers are playing wild card weekend. They'll take on the Ravens. It would take a Colts win in Houston to send the winner of that game to Gillette, but weirder things have happened. Let's say the Chargers do come to New England. Obviously, there's a lot to be concerned about. Like I said, good football team. But give me one reason that, Patriots fans should feel comfortable playing the Chargers.
Well, none of them involve the Chargers roster. Okay. This is a really good football team on both sides of the ball.
Encouraging so far, Evan.
Like, they have all the weapons in the world on offense. They have an awesome defense, which we'll talk about in a second. But here are the 2 reasons why I'm a little optimistic. One, it's a West Coast team coming east, a warm weather team playing in a cold weather environment. We get some cold weather, we get some snow. That's not going to bode well. I know for a fact one player on the Chargers, Keenan Allen, hates playing in the cold weather. He bundles himself up in a hoodie every single time he has to go out in the cold. He doesn't like it. That's a positive attribute. Also, it's the Chargers, and let's be honest, until they win in the playoffs, they're still the Chargers, and they kind of have that Kansas City and Chargers stink to them that they're kind of cursed in the playoffs.
They're chokers. It's what they
fine.
do.
You use the word, not me.
I mean, what other team has a game-winning interception and then fumbles it?
Yeah, no, I mean, they're perennial chokers.
Right.
And the bright side is that they have that going from the Patriots. They have the travel aspect going for them. And finally, Bill Belichick versus Anthony Lynn is a mismatch. And Anthony Lynn's had a really good year, but that's still a mismatch.
And it's also a relatively, I don't want to say young team, but this isn't a team that has a lot of postseason experience. They're not inexperienced, but not a lot of games in January.
I'll give you one more before we move on. Gus Bradley, the Chargers defensive coordinator, is the old Seahawks defensive coordinator. It's the same defense. It's that same Seattle cover 3, man-to-man cover 1 defense that the Patriots beat in the Super Bowl in 2014. So it's a very familiar scheme. It's also a scheme that it lends itself to a lot of James White, a lot of throwing to the tight end, some things the Patriots could use.
All right, and they'll need that because the Chargers
defense... There's a roster reason for it.
There you go.
Yeah.
That the Chargers defense gets after it. James White's generally the reason those checkdowns will help against a team that's strong against the blitz, and I know that's really the big reason you're concerned about the Chargers coming in here.
Joey Bosa and Melvin Ingram, 2 of the best edge rushers in the league, teaming up, probably the best pass rushing duo in the NFL. Last year when this Chargers team came to New England, Brady got beat up in that game. It was not pretty for him in the pocket. The Patriots really had no answers for Ingram in particular. Ingram's one of those guys, reminds me a lot of Brandon Graham in Philadelphia, where he doesn't load up the sack numbers, but he's just always in the backfield. He's a disruptor. He's always living in the backfield, whereas Bosa is really the sack artist. He's the guy that has a couple of different moves. The Bosa 2-hand swipe, him and Nick are kind of both use that move a lot of the time. Nick Bosa obviously at Ohio State, going to be in the NFL draft, maybe the #1 overall pick. Football runs in that family. They're all really good football players. Joey Bosa is a really good football player. Melvin Ingram, obviously a good one too. The Patriots will have their hands full blocking that pass rush.
Now, with the other potential opponents, and we have videos up on the other potential opponents on CLNSmedia.com and on our YouTube page, a lot of familiarity with the Texans. They played twice in the last calendar year, once in the regular season, once in the playoffs. The Ravens, they haven't played them in a couple of years, but it's the Baltimore Ravens. There's a history there. The Chargers, they've been out of the playoffs. They're on the West Coast. They haven't really been a winning team.
Hey, the 07 championship game with LaDainian Tomlinson sitting out. Don't forget.
That's right. But that's 07. That's going way back.
People don't forget, LaDainian. People don't forget.
Does the level of unfamiliarity, and this certainly feels like the most alien opponent of the 3 possibilities for the Patriots, maybe in the whole AFC tournament when you throw in the Chiefs and the Texans, and the Colts.
Yeah.
Does that level of unfamiliarity breed fear, breed a level of difficulty for the Patriots?
Well, I think it certainly can go either way, right? It can either help you or it can hurt you because you have that same unfamiliarity with the team across from you as well. But I think that they're pretty familiar with the defense because Gus Bradley is still there. Offensively, I think what's more worries me than the unfamiliarity is just the firepower that the Chargers have. They have multiple receivers they can throw the ball to. Keenan Allen, Mike Williams, Tyrell Williams. They have a tight end, Antonio Gates, who's still chugging along somehow. Melvin Gordon out of the backfield reminds me a lot of what Kareem Hunt did to the Patriots a lot of the time out of the backfield with Kansas City. A lot of those kind of go routes against linebackers, you know, peeling out of the backfield on wheels and stuff like that. Stuff like that that can be dangerous when Melvin Gordon exists. His pass catching ability has certainly developed a lot this year in particular. He's really started to come into his own in that regard. This offense is a tough matchup for the Patriots. It's a bad matchup.
All right, we will see. I don't know about you. The Chargers are the one team of any of them I don't want to see in here.
They have the most complete roster out of the teams that they could possibly face. Maybe the most complete roster in the AFC. When you really look at it, they have a good offense and a good defense. The Chiefs can't say the same. The Patriots, I think, are kind of waffling there in the middle somewhere.
The Patriots are more experienced, I think, than raw talent. I would say, and I'm not the first person to say this, the most complete roster in the AFC is out of the tournament. In the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Might be.
Who knows how complete that roster will be going forward, but that's another video for another time. How do you feel about a potential Patriots-Chargers matchup? Let us know in the comments down below or on Twitter at PatriotsCLNS. And again, we do have videos up on both the Texans and the Ravens. You can check those out on CLNSmedia.com and on our YouTube page. This edition of the FOXBORO Report has been brought to you by 1in100. For cheap Patriots, Celtics, and Bruins tickets, check out 1in100.co today. For Evan Lazar, I'm Alex Barth. Thanks for watching.